Newshub can reveal details of a multi-agency investigation into child exploitation.
It resulted in 6 young circus acrobats being uplifted and returned to their parents in China. The alleged exploitation occurred at Circus, which put on shows across New Zealand. But the circus owners believe they've been unfairly treated. Investigations correspondent Michael Mora has this exclusive Because It Matters report.
Prepare yourself for an all-new Circus.
It was billed as a show like no other. With displays of extreme flexibility, stunts and aerial acrobatics, Circus visited every centre in the country.
Circus is back.
But behind the showbiz hype, authorities became increasingly concerned.
The concerns were very serious in our minds.
Are we talking child labour?
We're definitely talking exploitation of the children for their labour. So, you know, the children were here as circus performers, and but didn't stop there. They were also involved in activities around assembling tents and moving equipment around and things like that.
And then there were the children's sleeping arrangements. These are photos of Circus caravans taken by Oranga Tamariki in December 2020 during a visit to the circus's site in Porirua. Once described as state-of-the-art by circus owners, the caravans appeared filthy and cluttered. One room had fuel canisters on the floor. The toilets were blocked.
The hygiene in the toilet block was appalling.
The kitchen at another location was unclean.
I've seen the photos and I would describe their living environment as squalid.
But the circus owners claim the images don't tell the full story.
We feel what they treated us was unfair and unreasonable. Yeah, because we've been open our heart and they're trying to, work with them.
Jenny and Judy Ho are something of circus royalty back in China. Their family's been involved in it for 3 generations. They described messy rooms as typical of teenagers and say OT's photos were taken when they were in transition and caravans were packed to travel to another site.
And I just don't accept those claims. I mean, we visited over a few occasions, and the situation for the children, from what we could see of it, wasn't improving.
So this was a repeat issue, not a one-off?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the owners who provided Newshub with these photos showing clean rooms say their performers were like family. They provided them with a qualified cook and took them sightseeing on multiple occasions. Did you exploit or neglect the children in your care?
We're very, very happy as a family, honestly. We are very happy travelling together.
But court files obtained by Newshub show a different story. The first report of concern over neglect was received in 2012. In 2015, a doctor notified authorities about potential child labour and overworking a child. In 2020, a complaint was lodged about the children's living conditions, their lack of access to education and not having parents being with them. And in early 2021, concerns over their small, poorly ventilated accommodation were raised.
So you don't have any regrets that you moved too slowly?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, when I look back over the case, I honestly don't think we had the grounds sooner to be able to take the action that we ended up taking.
That action was to seek a warrant from the family court to take 6 of the children out of the circus. It was approved in August 2021 and social workers and police moved in. The uplift was not straightforward. Court documents include allegations that one of the circus staff members became verbally aggressive towards social workers and that Judy Ho physically pulled on 2 of the children as they were taken away. Although she told me she was actually comforting the children as they were upset. The drama didn't end there. Oranga Tamariki's investigators said Judy Ho then sent WeChat messages to the children in OT's custody, urging them not to complete evidential video interviews. Judy Ho denies this, saying she was unaware the children were asked to do interviews.
Did they try and influence the kids?
Coaching the kids. Like, these are common features of children or even adults in situations of exploitation. We'd been worried about elements of cohesion of the children all the way through.
Included in its submission to the court was an affidavit from a senior OT social worker that reinforced all the earlier concerns. The children had not received any consistent and meaningful education Nation despite touring New Zealand for 4 years. Their medical and dental needs had been neglected. None of the children had parents with them, and there was concern the children had not received proper wages.
I mean, I would describe it as pretty murky in terms of what the kids had received and where payments have been made to. It is deplorable that the kids have gone back without the benefit of what many kids have when they come to New Zealand for a period in terms of education.
Again, all these allegations are disputed, including the disagreement over money.
Did you pay the children correctly?
Yes, we did, yeah.
Was there ever a time you didn't pay the children correctly?
No.
It was October 2021, amid COVID lockdowns, that Oranga Tamariki flew the children back to China to be reunited with their parents.
The feedback from the young people and their families has been expressions of gratitude and thanks. To me, that's the ultimate indication of we've done a good job for these kids.
It was a job and a repatriation a judge described as heartening, but it's not over yet.
Well, Michael joins us now. Kia ora, Michael. So what's happening now? Is this case still being investigated?
Yes, Immigration New Zealand has just told me that they are still investigating and that this investigation is centred on the possible exploitation of these children. Now, it's possible there will be other developments in this story as well. The family court judge who granted access to Newshub to look at these court files, which is rare when it's considering children, said that this case warrants public scrutiny, and he said that because it raises, in his words, some disquiet about the way these vulnerable young people were admitted to New Zealand in the first place. Some were as young as 11 years old when they arrived here, and they were here for years, and yet the visa they entered the country on did not require any form of checks in terms of their well-being, nor did it require that they have any form of education. So we'll have the Immigration Minister's reaction, plus details of another agency's investigation into the circus here on Newshub tomorrow night.
Great work, Michael. Thank you.